Hello, this is JilliBling. I have another project using the stamp set, Playful Ghosts. So this stamp set, when I first saw it, I thought, well, that's cute. Oh, I like to color. Okay, so I like to color a little bit, not a lot, a little bit. That's perfect. And then it came time to use it, and it's like, oh my gosh, where do I start? And I started looking at ideas, getting ideas on what to do with this. And I came up with a lot, and I've been having so much fun with it. So this is today's project. This paper was in the last mini catalog, and it's on the clearance rack right now. So you can still get this paper, which is fun. I love pulling it out again to use it again because it's really pretty. Excuse me. So there is the project. And then looking for papers, other papers that, just a minute, got a tickle. That's not fair. So looking at other papers that I have in my lineup of designer papers, yeah, I collect a lot of them. I found some that were Halloween related, and I thought, oh, that would be a perfect way to have a Halloween print back behind here. So this is last year's paper. Same card, same everything, except this paper is different. Because the tones on this are, excuse me, they're more pumpkin pie. I thought it'd be better to use a base of pumpkin pie. And this paper, there's no pumpkin pie in it, but the Cajun Craze is perfect. And you know, now that I'm thinking about it, Cajun Craze is right there. But I think it's only on that sheet, maybe one other sheet. So either way, cute, different ways to use the ribbon. And the first project, I'll show you in just a minute. And during the video, I colored all of the 4 images, and it's like, this is taking too long. So today, there'll be no coloring because all the colors, all the images were colored in the last video. So I wanted to have just one item on the front. Otherwise, it gets a little bit intimidating, like, I have to color all those, which some people love it, but. So actually, this one has 1, 2, 3 items. This one has 1, 2, and then those are stamped at the bottom. So I'm trying to keep it a little bit less labor, but still really cute. So today's project will be similar to this because this paper is still current. Oh, and project number 1 using this bundle is Highland Heather, blending brush, Gorgeous Grape. And this is, I think it's like droplets, drizzling droplets. And that's heat embossed using silver powder. So this one in the video, I colored all of these. It took a while, but it's really cute. And I have one more planned, trying to keep it a little bit less busy. Okay, so Playful Ghost warms my heart, mostly for the hey pumpkin, because look at this. He's a vampire. See his teeth? He's saying, hey, pumpkin. Maybe he's going to eat a pumpkin rather than a people. Because isn't that what vampires do? He's eyeing the pumpkin. Boo! Okay, so warms my heart just for the hey, pumpkin. For dies, stylish shapes, and that is for the word label. Spotlight on Nature is for this black circle. Deckled rectangles, which is for the deckled rectangle, and on the inside. And deckled circles for this smoky slate paper. Oh, and another thing is looking at the papers. Because one of these patterns is in granite gray, I changed this to granite gray. You could barely tell the difference. If you hold them up side by side, like maybe you could tell right here, there's a little bit of difference. This is a little bit more blue, and this has more of a yellow tinge to it. So whatever you have, I think you can use either one and it would still work just fine. Okay. So here is the paper. Oh, and I planned on using just the Cajun Craze and the granite. But when I colored the inside of this one with the blue cape, it's like you can kind of push Halloween into a little bit different colors. This card to me still looks very Halloween-like, even though I used Lost Lagoon. So that's all the papers that are in here. Lost Lagoon, Cajun Craze, Gray Granite. You want to use gold ribbon. Oh, and if you have anything on your wish list and you'd like to order, if you could use this host code, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. And I'll put that in the video description. So here are the papers, and I'll put all the products used in the video description and also the paper cut sizes. Okay, so this is for the words, and I'm going to stamp Happy Halloween right here. And Memento, just one ink pad. When does that happen? Happy Halloween, since I'm at it. Okay, and that uses this die from Stylish Shapes. Cut that out. Okay, two papers get deco rectangle cut. The inside white and the outside black piece. This one right here. So I'll cut these two with this die. This goes on the front, and this goes on the inside. Look at that, already done. So you don't have to wait like last time. Okay, then all that's left is, that fits perfectly for Hey Pumpkin. These two circles, and they're cut from black and granite. And since I'm on a roll, here is the cutest ever little ghost to go on here. Okay, we are set. Okay, let's see how this one turns out. And I have a few tips on aligning those rectangle designer paper pieces. The tip is, it doesn't have to be perfect because that big circle covers up where they all meet. So if it isn't perfectly cut, looking at this one, yes, it did get close right there. Oop, there's a big gap over here. Oop, a smaller gap there. It is close here. This side is bigger than that side. But if I didn't point all that out, you would just say, oh, what a cute vampire. Oh, cute. And you'd be good with it. Okay. Carrying on with the, it doesn't matter too much. Big gap, little gap, big gap. Yeah, I didn't cut them perfect. But I think the most important is to get this border somewhat equal to that border. And don't worry about what happens in the middle. If I were to pull this up, you'd go, oh, you need to redo that. Okay, so inside pieces are here. Already done. I could stick that down. When does that happen? And the pieces that I cut out using deckled rectangle, I just cut 1/4 of a sheet and then let the die make it a precise size. And this is granite. Just because this paper is. This is Smoky Slate. See how it's a little bit bluer? When you put it next to it, I think it could go right along with the highlighted, the more foil part of the paper. So when you look at that, I think that these match beautifully, but I think you could get away with using Smoky Slate too. So whatever you have at home is good. Okay, so there's that. I kind of have a plan. This one is going landscape. This gets attached. I might put this one on with dimensionals. All the other ones I just put flat. Flat stuck down, no dimensionals. Okay, so here we go. Oh, and I need to figure something out. So thinking about, because I want these kind of alternating, thinking about where the Cajun Craze is versus the word label that's in granite. I want it to be like this, because if I had it the other way around, I don't think that this stands up as well as this does. This is more obvious because they're different colors. Okay, these get stuck together. And on the other one, here in just a minute. This one I stamped the cute little background images, which is bats with stars and clouds on the background. And I think that's cute and all, but it got a little bit busy. So this one, I didn't stamp anything on it, and I think that's just simply adorable. Just cute as can be. So I might go with not stamping anything on the background, on the gray background. Okay, so when you're cutting your circles, if ever you find that you didn't cut your circle perfect, or maybe you didn't cut your paper perfect and it's too small, and you end up with the flat top right here, don't discard it. Just keep on, because when you look at all of these, the word label is covering up one of the parts of the black circle, so that would be a good place to hide it. This one, I mean, you could really mess up on the die cutting of your circles and it would still work. So I put that on crooked, bigger here, smaller there, but it's going to be so cute you won't even notice. But I definitely want to cover that up. So if this goes, I'm thinking about the ghost. The ghost will be flying in. Where's that flat? Right here. Yay! I think here. You know what, I think the circle needs a little bit of stamping, because when I put that on like this, it's a little blah. Okay, stamping it is. And because the lower layer is black, if I stamp and ink gets on it, the black ink on the black paper, it won't show up. So the plan is, this is going to go here. Is he swooping in and is the broom flat? Or is his body flat and the broom, I think like that, he's going uphill. Okay, so if it's going to be something like that, I'm going to put some clouds and bats on here. He is way up in the sky. There's all kinds of clouds up there. Okay. I put clouds and bats on the inside. I put just a bat. That's fine. Okay, so if ever you're stamping and you have a solid stamp, such as the clouds, and you're like, oh, I didn't get a good impression, See how there's little light freckles in there? You can just say, oh, that's fine. Or you can take one of your blends and just kind of color it in. And if you can, this is black light. I purposely won't choose black dark because it's darker than the Memento ink. And then I'm kind of, after I color a little bit, I'm committed to coloring the whole cloud because it looks like that's a very different color. Let me see if I could show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so say you did black clouds on granite paper, trying my best. Oh, so that means I had to take a marker out. Okay, see what I'm talking about? How it's not solid? So this is black, dark. So if I were to start to color it in, it's like, oh, it's filling it in really well. Okay, great. But now when I hold it up, you're like, what about the rest of the cloud? See how I have to commit to coloring all of the cloud? If you don't have the black blends at home, you might be inclined to use a Sharpie. The Sharpie is, once again, darker, and it kind of has a little bit of a red tint to it. So that's doing the job that we pulled it out for. But once again, you have to color in everything. But, and the joyful music starts playing, if you use black light, it's really close to the color of Memento. Oh, this is a good example. Stamped au naturel, colored with black light, colored with black dark, colored with Sharpie. So, PSA, public service announcement. To make your Stampin' world better. Yeah. I love it when you all share tips with me about, you know, if you do this or if you do that, you don't have to worry about that, whatever it is. I try to pass them on. Or sometimes if you read through the comments, you could see how creative and clever stampers are. What was it? I think it was the project before this one, before the latte project. And I was coloring Embraced with Love, and it had the kangaroo on it, and it had the fox and kangaroo fox. But I was just stumped on what kind of fox looks like that. And I even pulled up online. It's like foxes don't have that kind of tail. But thanks to your all smartness, someone looked it up. I should look up her name. I should give her credit for this. And said, if you look it up, that's a ring-tailed fox. So sure enough, it is a fox, but it's just a different, I was looking up the wrong type. I ended up making it a raccoon. That turned out kind of cute too. But it's just good to know. Well, I guess it started out by looking up, Stampin' Up! Embraced in Love, what are the animals? And somebody said a kangaroo, a bear, a bunny, and a fox. Okay, that looks good. Okay, back to where we were. See, if this kind of goes over the cloud, it makes it stand out a little better. Okay, I think the next step is putting all the designer paper cuteness on. Okay, here we go. And Cajun Craze goes top corner, bottom corner. And you know, if these don't fit perfectly, I probably could trim them, but sometimes I'm a little lazy. You're probably like, why are you taking so much time to get those right in order where you're just going to pick them up and put glue on it? But that's because now I know how to place them. Because see how that's pretty straight? That's equal. That's just narrow. Maybe my paper cut size is just in general need to be a 1/16 of an inch shorter. But a 1/16 of an inch is kind of really little. Oh, I messed it up. But at least I know. I could look at the other ones and I'll know. So I'm thinking right about there. Okay, equal here. That looks kind of flat. That looks pretty good. It's going to be good. I'll put the circle and all that cuteness over it. Somehow put this gold. I think I have a plan. I did this last night and I kind of forgot what the plan was. This one, it turned out really cute. How there's just the ziggle-zaggle behind it. I think that's a perfect amount of little sparkle. I love how that one came out. I was about to put some gems and bling on there, and it's like, you know what? I like it just like that. So maybe with the gold, I was going to do ziggle-zaggle behind the ghost, but I don't know. The ghost flying through the air? Maybe he's got like electrical current, like an electric eel or something. He's letting off sparklers. That would be like a ghost on Halloween to let off sparklers. Okay, so that looks good. This, I know I'm not going to, well, I was going to say I could put this down because I know I'm not going to wrap this around. So let me check. So this will go here. This will go here. I want the cloud to help identify the word label. This is going to go over the flat spot. Maybe. So how would that look going across? I think it's distracting. But this is what I for sure remember. I planned on wrapping this around into a knot to once again help identify the word label, so it's just not color on color. I need an extra finger right here. Hold it down, it's so tiny. I'm trying to hold it down with my middle fingernail. I think I got it. Okay. Yes. Okay, and if this doesn't work out, I can easily just snip it off. Okay, that's good and snug. So if that goes here, and if I cut off the ends, because I think ziggle-zaggle behind him will be too much. Pretend like it was one more zaggle. And this goes over here. Yeah. Oh, it's hard being a stamper. Okay. That. I know I'll be using dimensionals. And that's what will hold on the ziggle-zaggle. Maybe if I have it going this way. So the loose end is here, and the other loose end will be by the tail. Like sparks coming out of the Nimbus 2000 on Harry Potter. Yeah. I haven't watched that in so long. What's her name? Maggie. She was in Harry Potter and Downton Abbey, and she passed recently. I so enjoyed her. Her wit. Okay, let's see how this looks. This is going to be coming out of the Nimbus. Yeah! I think it might be too much. And another thing was I was trying to keep this one simple. Okay, that's how it's going to be, just like that. Okay, let's start sticking stuff down. Glue, glue, glue. When you use a glue, rather than Stampin' Seal or Tombow adhesive or Stampin' Up! Sold Snail, the cards are like, they're solid. Like when you pick it up, it's like that. You can set a book on it. It is like really sturdy. Or before, if you use a Stampin' Seal, that it's like the card still has a little bit of flexibility. So we'll go over here, just flat. Before I put that on, this is going to go on with dimensionals. Just because I don't know if I should put it here or here, I don't know yet. Let me get rid of that funky looking dimensional. I don't know what I got on there. Oh, I know what it is. There was a fuzzy in something I was stamping black the other day. It's like, what is that? And I was using my snips to remove it. Yeah. Okay. So this is going to go, because I want the cloud to help identify the shape of the word label. That can go right there. Nope, up higher. Just like that. Okay, then this can go right there. And I want to put glue under this and glue under that. And I'll trim these ribbon ends in just a minute. Okay, we're getting there. I'll stick that down better. Give it like 30 seconds to kind of dry. Let's send to whatever that is. That's cute. Okay, so dimensionals are sticking there. Glue is going to hold that down. It's kind of like the ghost is 3D. Okay, that's okay if your tail don't want to stick down. These get just a little trim so they're real tidy. Is that tidy enough? Okay, there it is, just like that. Today's project. Bang! It helps when things are colored. Happy Halloween! Okay, if you haven't already, hit the like and subscribe and share button. I'd appreciate that. And I hope you have a great day. Thanks. Bye.